Hi there, Sammo here. Welcome back in my pot garden. Right, well, it's the 28th of November now. Cold night's coming in. Last year I didn't do any of this. I only really started it at sort of January, February this year. So all this is sort of a bit brand new to me, but it's good. I thought it would be a quiet time of the year, but it's turning not to be. As I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm finding there's plenty to do. I'll show you my broad beans. So these were, these were, well, they were grown, but they weren't fantastic, but there you go there. You can see they're grown quite nicely outside at the moment. I think we've had one night of frost, and well, they've caught well. Some of them, like that one there, is doing really well, shooting away. So I've tried doing only 3 to overwinter. And if these do well, then obviously I'll do more sort of next year. So I'll just put this back down again. Okay, so broad beans doing all right. The peas are here. Now I've done these. I don't know if you can see that. There they are. See if I can get it close up. There you go. They have germinated, as you can see. Some have still to germinate, but I think there'll be any time now. But as you can see there, I'll do a height shot. There you go. As you can see, they're about 1 to 2 inches tall. Some are still to germinate. I mean, I don't know if that one there is just breaking through, so they are still coming. I need to pot these up into slightly bigger pots, giving them a bit more room for the roots to grow. So that's what I'm going to do today. Sorry about this, I'm in a bit of a cramped space, it's raining, so I'm trying to do this in a bit of a cramped space, but I'll try and carry on, as it were. So it's not groundbreaking news. I'll just show you the next stage of my peas. Right, well, this is my tray and my pots. Basically I've got enough for about 12. So these here are my 12 pots. Basically all I do is, and I'll just put them on the top for the moment, is, I hope you can see this, is lift a tray, whoops, whoop, as you can see, right, as you can see, there's the pea there, and it's got really good root growth on it, so it needed to go in. So flip back to there. So basically need to put a bit of soil, put that in, and then just top it up. It's not rocket science. There you go. One pig in. And he'll be okay for another couple of weeks. I'll keep him in the greenhouse until he's established, because at the moment I'm just a bit scared that the mice will still attack them, because they've still got like the seed still there, so I think the mice will still want to try and eat them, even though they've grown a bit. So I'll just do the same with another one. So again, I've got another good healthy stem, so put a bit in the bottom, put the fella in, and then just put him in, tap him down, and there you go. This compost is quite moist, so I'll not bother watering them. And as I say, these will be, I'll leave these for another, I mean, look, I don't know if you can see that, but there's its main root, and look at the length of it. Obviously very happy where it's been. So just gently, so as not to destroy any roots that might have formed, and there you go. I'm not bothered with showing you anymore, it's not really exciting, but as I say, start the peas off, or I have, in the module till they get about 1 inch, 2 inches tall, then transplant them into a 3-inch pot. Give them another week or so, let them get established. Hopefully they'll grow another inch or two, and once they're that height, I'll be happy enough to put them out in the final grown spot, and hopefully the mice will keep away from them. So there you go, I've got 12 there, they're all look nice and healthy, all repotted. These are one door, but I've got 12 there. As I say, the soil's moist enough, so they just needed transplanting, firming in a bit, and they'll be left for a short while until they establish themselves a bit, and I'm pretty sure the mice won't find them interesting, because I do say mice because I have seen round the garden, I think I've got the little telltale signs, and I can't remember where they were now. Ah, there's, see there's a little, I don't know if I come round here you'll be able to see there, a little hole. It hasn't gone all the way down, but as you can see, something's been digging in there, and I'm pretty sure it's mice, the size of the holes and everything. But yeah, just very quickly, that's my outdoor inca plant, surviving quite well. So I think these might even overwinter. What I'll do is I'll take this into one of my greenhouses over the winter, because I've had a look, and in this greenhouse. It's even sprouting new side shoots all over the stem, and the look, where am I? There we are. They look nice and green and healthy. So this might overwinter. So what I'll probably do is, if I come back, I might cut it back, I don't know, maybe about there, so it's basically got all these new fresh shoots from the main stem, and hopefully that'll produce a even bigger triffid. It was here. This was a little sign of that. With this being sheltered, I think the mice love it. As you can see, if I zoom in a bit, you can see there's a little hole there. There's, if I come round, there you go, there's a little hole in there. There's a couple, actually, there's another one there, and then there you go, there's a little hole. So, in my opinion, it is still a bit too soon, certainly for me anyway, to put out peas, pea seeds and broad bean. Well, I've got the broad beans out, but certainly the peas, the mice love them, and I don't think they'd stand a chance if I planted them straight out now. So that's why I've given them a head start in the greenhouse, and once they've established themselves, then I'll put them out, and hopefully the mice will leave them alone, as they have with me broad beans. These are my leeks, and I've got to say I've been very happy with these this year. Well, it's my first year, so I've been very happy. I'll certainly grow these again next year. The ones that are left, there's only the slightest signs of rust, but these are going to be coming up very shortly, and I'll be eating them, so that's not a problem. And yeah, just everything generally, certainly the swede and the turnips are swelling up nicely, so I'm going to get a nice little late harvest of them. The Brussels, it's sort of a bit mixed. I've got some here which looks terrible, but if you just remove the outer leaf, that's not bad. So they just need a little bit of tidying up, and as I say, they do look bad, but I'm certainly going to get, let's zoom in on that one, I'm certainly going to get me Brussels for Christmas. There's quite a few nice ones on that one. So maybe not the glamorous of Brussels at the moment, but I'll clean them up in a couple of weeks, because it's only about 3 and a bit weeks to go to Christmas now. So these will be picked off in about 3 weeks, as well as me parsnips, which are there and there, and I've had a little peek of me parsnips in here, because it's a slightly deeper bed, and well, I think if I can just tease this soil back a bit so you can see it, there you go, that is a decent parsnip there. And there's another one which I think maybe even bigger down, if I can put it down there, there's a good one there, and I think even bigger one there, so I'll certainly have some parsnips, so I'm very pleased with them. These are me cauliflowers and looking really nice and healthy. So I don't know what the roots are not through yet, so that's alright. Actually on that one, there you are, you can see the roots starting to just peek out. So I might next week I might transplant some of these into some pots to overwinter, some bigger pots to overwinter, and hopefully grow to make some more nice cauliflowers next year. So finally, well, you've seen my onions. These are looking a bit floppy, but they're going to go through a winter and they'll probably look worse before they start looking better, but they're alive, they're there, they're okay. The lettuce are doing really nice, so I'm still getting solids, so that's a good thing. So yeah, back. Potatoes, still not too bad. No sign of blight or anything like that, and looking flush and healthy. A little bit wind battered, but not too bad. So I will, these are supposed to be ready for Christmas, so I will be doing a potato reveal in about 3 weeks, just before Christmas. See what I've grown. I've tried sort of feeling around the bags to see if I could feel anything there, but I can't, but that's not a sign of anything. So yeah, they haven't flowered. Normally I would have, well, seen on videos potato plants like flowering. These haven't, so I don't know what I'm going to get from these, if anything, but we'll see in 3 weeks. Okay, nothing fantastic there, just a little catch up of what I'm doing. As I say, the amount of hours you get with daylight now are slowly dwindling, so I cannot do much. So the little times I have, I try and get in as much as I can. Before I go, as a little sideline to this, I make my own compost. I got 2 bins, compost bins from the council. I got them cheap. There's some sort of initiative going about, so I would suggest you go and phone the council, go on the internet, see if they're selling compost bins cheap, because you do go through a lot of compost, and I got 2. There was a deal, you got them even cheaper if you got 2. So 1 compost bin, I chuck in the new stuff to compost down, and the other bin I've got to just store it. So this is me current in progress compost bin. In here I chuck all me plant waste, not flower heads that might have seeds, because that'll end up giving us grief next year with sprouting seeds. So it's just the stems, the roots, not so much weeds, because again that might cause us problems next year, but all my kitchen waste, coffee grinds, fruit peelings, leaves, all sorts, just go in there. This year I have filled this bin about 4 or 5 times with all the stuff I've mentioned, and grass cuttings, whatever I can imagine. I've chucked it in there and it's composted down, and then I put it into that compost bin. So about 4 or 5 of these rotted down has filled about 3/4 of that one, and these are about 330 litre compost bins. So you can compost quite a lot in a year, and it would still, you know, rot down to just quite a small amount. But there you go. So that's about 1/3 full. So that'll rot down. I'll add things over the winter to it as well. But yeah, that's my first compost bin. And then my second is where I store all my rotted down compost. So this is the compost I've made. As you can see, it's absolutely wonderful. It's rotted down lovely. So for my seedlings I use the straightforward Verve compost, and for potting on and to top up my pots that have compost in, I use this stuff. So there you go, that's my compost. These are my sweet peas. So as you can see, for centre scale, they're getting on quite well now. So what I'll do is, it's just a case of to stop them getting long and leggy. Just basically, when it gets to about this height, which 4 or 5 inches, it's got a few leaves on. What I'll do is just get the top and just pinch out the growing tip. So I'll do that with all of them. There's another one there. Just get the tip and just nip off the growing tip. This one here. Whole point of that is it stops them getting too long, and it'll cause them to produce side shoots from, say, so that filler there, that'll start producing another side shoot, and they just get bigger, bushy, and by the end, well, not the end, but by next year, when they've really start growing, you'll get a good flower display. So I haven't watered these for, well, weeks now, and the soil is still wet, so they still don't need a watering. And let's see, everything's starting to come away nicely. But that's my peas. These guys here are the lettuce, and again they're growing very nicely, coming along well. Again, I don't water stuff in here. It's so cold, it doesn't evaporate, but there's enough there to keep them going for weeks. So I just very occasionally give them sparing water, just to make the soil but barely wet, just moist. And the same goes for everything. Don't overwater them, they'll only end up rotten, and if there's cold frosts and snaps in the temperature, it'll just end up killing them. So water as little as possible without starving them of water. Right, well, I hope you like that one. If you do, remember, like, subscribe, you know, leave a comment. So until the next time, take care, and I'll see you next time in my pop garden.